Right, Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Let's get it. And go straight to the news. I'm going to read an article that came across my eye. And the title of this article is Jamaica seeking $10.6 billion in slave trade reparations from Great Britain. And it says Jamaica, which is the tribe of Benjamin, according to the scriptures, according to the breakdowns, has put a price tag on slavery and has sent the British government the bill. State officials of the Caribbean nation said they asking Great Britain to pay $10.6 billion in reparation. It says the former British colony served as the center of the slave trade where Africans kidnapped. You know, those Africans are really the Israelites, the Northern Kingdom. You know, but Esau like to give us proverbs and bywords. You know, they don't like to say who we really are. Our people dread. It says, yeah, the British colony, yeah, that Jamaica was once ruled by the British. You know, Great Britain is Esau Edom, the red man. But it says the former British colony served as the center of the slave trade where Africans kidnapped, enslaved, and forced to work on plantations which produce sugar, cane, bananas, and other products. That free and inhumane labor greatly enriched the slave owners. That's a fact. It says, we are hoping for reparatory justice in no forms that one will expect if they are to really ensure that we get justice from Slagia got a message from injustice to repair the damages that our ancestors experienced. Olivia Grand, Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, told the Reuters news service, you know, see, our people, they had the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. You know, they know that these wicked elites did us foul, by putting us in slavery, had us working hardcore labor to make ends meet for them. But Jay gotta understand, we was put in slavery because we were very disobedient to Yahweh Shema. And they also gotta understand that, $10.6 billion is not gonna bring justice. And it says our African ancestors were forcibly removed from their home and suffered unparalleled atrocities in Africa to carry out forced labor to the benefits of the British Empire. Redress is well overdue. See, they bugging out. They talking about African ancestors, which really was our forefathers, and they weren't African, they were Israelites. And Africa is not our home, you know. Our people were scattered all across the globe, due to the curses. Yeah, but Jake through. And it says in the U.S., Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee has pushed H.R. 40, a bill to form a commission to study reparations for African American victims of transatlantic slave trade. So they trying to push a bill, you know, so Jake could get reparations. And he talking about African American, like I said, we're not African American. We are the Israelites, you know, and due to the curses, we had to go through slavery, you know. Let me bring out scripture real quick. Jake bugged out. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, 68, and it says, "And the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall bring thee again, Slakia, bring thee into Egypt again with ships." Gone. And that's not talking about Egypt. We wasn't brought into Egypt again. You know, the word Egypt means bondage. We were brought into bondage, meaning we were brought back into slavery with ships, and that was the transatlantic slave trade. And it says, "And the Lord YAHAWASHI shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Gone. Who were we sold to? You know, the so-called Arabs and the so-called Africans, which are the Hamites and the Ishmaelites. They sold us to Esau. They sold us to Great Britain. Great Britain is Esau. Europe. You know, they sold us so we could be slaves, and they brought us to America. And it says, "And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Gone. Basically, we're slaves of Esau. You As I was saying, $10.6 billion is not going to bring justice for what Esau has done. And I'm going to the word reparation and the etymology. And it says reparation, repair act of mending, also amends, compensations, recompense, satisfaction for injury, what is done to repair a wrong. In the Old French, it says reparation. In the Latin, it says act of repairing, restoration. Noun and action from past particle, stem of the Latin word restore, repair. Yeah, so Jay thinking money, bread is not going to bring justice. What's going to bring justice for what Esau had done is slavery. That's time to go in the scriptures. Like it. Give me a minute. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Come on. Whatever you do, whether it's good, whether it's bad, will come back around to you. So, for example, if you're being a good soul, you're very kind, helpful, look out for people and all that, it's gonna come back around to you, you know, when you in need. But if you out here doing wild, wicked shit, killing niggas and all that, just doing a whole bunch of evil, that's also is gonna come back. People like to use the word karma. They got a saying, what goes around comes around. So that's what it means by whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Come. So this white man, Esau Edom, he's gonna reap what he sowed. You know, it's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 25. And it says, "But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done. There is no respect of persons." Come. Esau did a lot of wrong shit out here, man. Throughout the years, throughout history, Esau Edom shed a lot of Israelite blood, and he's gonna pay for that. He's gonna pay for all his wrongdoing, man. And how he's gonna pay for that? I got a scripture to back that up. In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, let's start at verse 9. It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear." God knows that's gonna hear is the elect. Because Jake don't understand. Reparation, Esau giving money for putting the Israelites in slavery is not gonna bring no type of justice, man. YAHAWASHI said he's gonna recompense them that trouble you. Paraphrasing, so Esau gotta go through this pain. The same pain we went through, but it's gonna be even worse. I'm read on in verse 10. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." Who put us in captivity? These heathens. So it's gonna come back around, and they gonna be in slavery, and they not gonna come back in power, because once Yahushua come back, and take over, the nation of Israel is gonna rule forever. And it says, "He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." This is real reparation, B. None of that bread, none of that shit gonna matter, man. And they soon about to make that MOTB mandatory. So you having that money ain't gonna do shit unless you take that shit. You're gonna be through, because your house shot gonna smoke you. The slavery is real reparation, man. I got a scripture to back that up. Because the Most High, he established these laws from way back. I'm going to go in the book of Exodus, 1, verse 16. It says, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Con. This cracker, the red man Esau, he stole the Israelites, and he brung us to Babylon the Great, aka America. So for that, he will be surely put to death. That's all reparation. That's righteous justice, man. Money ain't gonna mean shit, man. I know I don't want no money. I want slaves. Bro, I need me a slave. I be having dreams about, what Esau done to me back then and shit. I be waking up tight sometimes. So money ain't gonna mean shit. I need a slave. I need to slam and eat him on his neck. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 14. Let's start verse 1. It says, "For the Lord YAHAWASHI will have mercy on Jacob, will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land." Con, that own land, their own land is talking about Israel, because the people in Israel right now are imposters, The 1948ers over there, rat nose looking niggas. And it says, "In the strangers," it's talking about the Israelite foreigners, the new believers. It says, "Shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Come, myself, those that came into this faith, to this ministry, we were strangers, and we cleaved into the house of Jacob. We cleaved into our elders, apostle to her on down. We cleaved into this truth. And it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place." Con. So we're going, after Yahushua smoke this place, we're going to grab these Edomites, these elites, by the neck and drag them back to Israel. We're going to take them back home. And they're going to sturdy our place back up. And it says, "And the house of Israel shall possess them and the land of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah for servants and handmaids." This is true reparation, man. This is true payback. Real compensation. We're going to take them back home and they're going to restore, they're going to repair our land. And it says, "And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Gone. So it's going to be a reverse. Like I said in Galatians 6 and 7, "Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." So Esau, Edom is going to reap what he sowed, man. Because he touched Yahweh Shah children. So you got to pay for that. I'm going to bring that out in the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. And it says, "For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." And it's talking about Esau, Edom, these other heathen nations. They put us through some shit, And it says, "For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye." Come. These heathens touch the apple of Yahweh Shah eye. Beside though, they put their hands on us. And we gonna physically put our hands on them. And it's gonna be crazy because we gonna have spiritual power. We gonna be literally snapping niggas' necks and bringing them back to life. What types of shit about to go on? I got a precept for that in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom, the red man, by the hand of my people Israel." Key word, hand. So we gonna be physically putting our hands and feet, knees and elbows on Esau Edom. Like from the elderly to the baby, we gonna be launching their babies. So we're gonna be playing football with their babies. Like shit about to get real. I gotta read that again. Ezekiel 25:14. It says, "I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel." So Yahweh Shemar Shah, he's gonna, you think we mad. Yahweh Shemar Shah, he's furious with this man Esau Edom. So we mad now, but he gonna put his anger in us. He gonna really possess us. And he gonna put that spirit on us to really violate these heathens. You know, and they shall do and eat them according to my anger and according to my fury. Come, you know, we don't have the anger of Yahweh Shema Shah. Yahweh Shema Shah say he's mad with the wicked every day. So that anger gonna be spooky, you know, like it's gonna be spooky. I can't even explain, but it's gonna be very. Oh man, shit about to get real, B. And it says, "And they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah power." Khan, this is all vengeance, you know. This is all reparations. So Esau is gonna pay. He's not gonna pay by giving us bread, cause money don't mean shit, man. Esau don't care about us. That's why we got to put him in slavery, slam on his neck. That's gonna be happening every day in the kingdom till Yahweh Bashim shall destroy that whole nation. But with that being said, Shalom, Kwame Ashala, Baba Bo.